Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We welcome you, and we are underway. Round one, scheduled for 3. Much anticipated fight here. When we get matchups like this, guys that just won't quit, they'll be there every step of the way like Gaddy Ward. Sometimes there comes a point where one fighter thinks he's got himself an advantage. He's done something great, but then the other fighter doesn't go away. How does that play out in the minds of each fighter?
Usually it doesn't affect the kind of guys you just mentioned, Gaddy and Ward. They're made how to cement these guys. They're already set in their ways. They know what they have to do. They're not going to get thrown off just because somebody's still there.
Blocks away that headshot. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. Nice block by Ali. He is staggered and stumbling. He is in a real bad spot right now.
No holding.
Maybe
no
a
holding.
punch
Come
or
on,
two,
punch
and he could be on the deck. Oh, boy, he's got to get right to the inside, just go bear hug this guy.
Either that, Joe, or maybe as big a long shot as this might be, his opponent now is coming in there not worrying about him at all. And he's leaving himself a little bit open. Maybe he can land a bomb. He can land a lucky shot.
Halfway through round number one. Blocks it away. Teddy, do you think the sport needs a national or international governing body?
Yeah, it's the only major sport, at least it used to be a major sport, that doesn't have that. And there's no unilateral control. And when there's no unilateral control across the board, well, you have too many spots that are weak for the sport, spots that do not serve the sport.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Protecting his head well with his guards. Winky Wright able to land a counter punch. 10 seconds remaining in this round. This round comes to an end. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas ringside. I'm just looking up at the corner here at this guy that just got tagged, Teddy, this fighter who just got stunned. And I'm thinking, boy, it's like the air's come out of him a bit. He looks just so dejected now.
Yeah, you know, right now he's on the side of a mountain. You know, he's up on a cliff, and he needs a rope to get down. So that's what you got to do, Joe. You don't look and say, hey, he's up on a cliff. We know that. Give him a rope. Give him advice to get down.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. Muhammad Ali is staying away from trouble. He's out there on the outside. Teddy, he's having a field day. He's peppering him with shots from the outside.
Well, when did we all of a sudden show up at a bull ring? Because I'm watching a matador right now control that bull and not letting that bull get near where he can gore him.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Winky Wright. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities, because he got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
How important are these mental gymnastics that Muhammad Ali twists and turns, like his pre-fight antics with Sonny Liston in terms of him getting the results that he wants?
Well, I think he looks for two things. It's a double-edged sword. One is that, you know, he can kind of invade the psyche of his opponent, weaken him a little bit. But it's also for himself. It's to build himself up, to give himself...
Oh, Winky Wright stunned, and he is hurt. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
Guys.
Muhammad Ali is trying to create some space between him and his opponent. You know he wants to fight on the inside. He cannot be smothered. And a smart counterpunch by Ali. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
The third and final round is underway. A headshot blocked. Oh, that's gotta hurt. There it is. Winky Wright's on the canvas. He goes down. Our first knockdown of this fight. So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
All right, punch it out.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. At the end of the 20th century, many of the greatest of lists were all topped by Muhammad Ali. In fact, Sports Illustrated named him the sportsman of the century. I know Babe Ruth had a great effect on baseball. Michael Jordan's probably the greatest basketball player of all time. But I don't know that there's anybody that touched the world stage the way Ali did.
No, there probably isn't. At one point, he was probably the most recognizable face on the planet. I mean, everybody knew who he was. And also, what he stood for. You know, he stood for freedom. He stood for power, for strength, and he stood for, most important of all,
wow! Winky Wright stunned, and he is hurt. He's in bad shape. Maybe a punch or two more, and he's on the canvas. Teddy, what does he need to think about now?
Well, one of the things that he can't think about, he'd love to run away. He'd love to get away from what's hurting him. His legs are not solid enough, so he's going to have to find a way to tie up.
fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Seconds to go in this, the final round. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer. Muhammad Ali's your winner by a unanimous decision.
And that was a surprise right there. Coming into this fight, we thought we'd see maybe a knockout. But no, we wound up getting a strategic fight.
For Teddy